Hello and welcome to my third annual report on what can be called my personal Eurorack system. When we last left off, the instrument was in a different configuration, and then I decided to swap out some modules. The idea is to create a Eurorack system which can create tones like the Buchla Easel without using Buchla modules. Talk about Attack of the Clones. Quick disclaimer, Eurorack modules can be expensive. Be sure to know exactly what you want and also try new or different modules as you go along. Eurorack modules can be a wallet burner, and this has been a 3-year journey for myself and not an overnight thing. So always go in with a plan. So you can treat this kind of like as a plan for yourself if you wish to go down this particular path. Now, while it is impossible to create an exact replica of a Buchla Music Easel using only Eurorack modules due to its unique design, internal patching, and specific sound characteristics, one can assemble a system which captures the spirit and many of its functionalities. Here is a breakdown of the key components of the Buchla Easel and corresponding Eurorack modules types you may want to consider. Part 1. Complex Oscillator. The Buchla Easel features 2 oscillators, a complex oscillator with continuously variable waveforms, sine to spike, a Buchla proprietary because limitations, sine to square, or sine to triangle, including a waveform folder for harmonic shaping and a modulation oscillator, which can also serve as a second voice with various waveforms with modulation capabilities such as frequency modulation, amplitude modulation, and ring modulation. We're only going to be worried about FM and AM modulation though. The Eurorack equivalents for a complex oscillator, here's what to look out for: multiple simultaneous waveforms, modulation, and wave folding. For examples may include the Make Noise DPO, or double pole oscillator. It's a popular choice for complex timbres and frequency modulation. What I'm using, a Verbose Electronics Complex Oscillator, a module directly inspired by the Buchla designs. As seen here in this case, I'd say bang for your buck here because it offers FM, AM, and sync with just a flick of a switch. And of course, the Instro CS-TAC-L. It's a dual oscillator with wavefolding and various modulation operations. In regard to modulation oscillator, a versatile VCO with multiple waveforms and modulation inputs would work well. Many standards in Eurorack oscillators would fit this role. However, a lot of the modules mentioned already come with 2 oscillators to play with. This is just in the event you have 2 separate oscillators like I've had before in prior cases in prior years before, that you may have to buy 2 oscillators and then have that option to do frequency modulation or amplitude modulation. Part 2. Low pass gates, or LPGs. That far right black sliders on a Buchla Easel features a dual low-pass gate, which acts as both a voltage-controlled amplifier, a VCA, and a low-pass filter, providing a distinct percussive and organic sound. You can achieve this with both a VCA and a filter if you want, but dedicated low-pass gates modules are crucial for emulating the Buchla sound. Some options you may want to look for is a Make Noise LXD or Optimix. These are classic Eurorack LPGs known for their smooth and resonant characteristics. That don't prefer a 101 Type 2 low-pass gate, a more affordable option that still provides the low-pass gate behavior. And of course, when I'm using the Synth LPG. This module has 2 identical low-pass gates in one module. Its nonlinear qualities emulate percussive timbres like pluck sounds, its vectoral bass, which creates a natural sounding decay. Also, this thing has sliders, so it gives that Buchla tactile feel with lights as feedback. Part 3. Envelope generators, or function generators. The Easel offers a looping attack, hold, decay envelope generator. There are plenty of envelope generators in the world, and not a whole lot of them have the features of looping. However, I have found function generators can give a huge bang for the buck. The Eurorack equivalents I would recommend are the Make Noise Maths or the Bangor Abacus if you're on the same, bang for your buck money that you wish to try to achieve with a versatile dual envelope generator with cycling capabilities and many other functions, including LFO features. And there's of course the Doppler ATAC 143 TAC1 quad ADSR with a VCA. And this can be configured for attack, hold, and decay like behaviors. Part 4, sequencers. Oddly enough, the easel has a 5-step sequential voltage source, which is actually tough to find in Eurorack form. Well, we have 4 steps, 8 step, and 16 step sequencers, but 5, yeah, it's kinda tough. Even hijacking an 8-step sequencer to 5, or as I've done in the past, using a 4-step sequencer and then using a random voltage to create a magical 5th step, has been an option. Here's what I've stumbled upon as options though. There's the Doppler A155 analog trigger sequencer. It offers up to 8 steps per row and triggers outputs. The Make Noise Zero Control is a tactile voltage sequencer with pressure and touch sensitivity, which is also very Buchla-like and for the keyboard operations, and I also happen to use it within the system here. The Verbose Electronic Sequence Selector is a literal 5-step sequencer, as seen in this case. Bought it, have loved it ever since. While we're at it, smash the subscribe button for me. Click the bell for more VODs, like this video to help the YouTube algorithm gods out. Leave a comment about your setup because I would love to hear what you think about this current setup, as well as I would love to hear what yours is about. If you have any questions, post them down below. Now, back to the VOD. Part 5, modulators. Okay, let's talk about the really smexy stuff. Modulators. The Buchla Easel includes a quad random voltage source and a pulsar circuit which acts as a clock source, LFO, and trigger generators. Do not forget we have the modulation oscillator, which can also be used as an LFO module to modulate a bunch of other stuff too. Here are some options I have found in this consideration. Considering the random voltage, I would suggest the Make Noise Woggle Bug. Through and through, a unique source of stepping and smooth random voltages and audio rate modulation. We can use these for noise audio. This is also a clock and burst section as well, which can be used to modulate so many other sources. The Doppler A149 TAC1, as well as its cousin, the TAC2, offers various types of random and noise signals, which I have used this in the past, but I wanted to let that go because, the Woggle Bug, I was just like super hyper focused on it, and I was like, you know what, I have this, space to use it in, so why don't we just try it? And honestly, it was just, to me, an upgrade. So it'll get you where you want to be if you are looking for affordability, but then, of course, Make Noise Woggle Bug, through and through, it's amazing. When looking for a pulsar or a LFO, the Make Noise Maths, again for its cycling capabilities, dedicated LFO modules like those from any of the major module manufacturers would work, or Blue Lantern's LFO. I love this one specifically, and here's why. It's a delightful module which can be changed from saw to triangle to shark tooth waveforms, which is pretty much what can happen to the pulsar in a Buchla Easel as well. It can be modulated as well as output both slew and pulse. Because of these functions, I put this LFO into the case, and it's been a joy to have as a clock module. Part 6, utilities and effects. The last few modules to consider are mixers, reverbs, effects, and inverters. Though I do not have an inverter currently in my setup, I am not noticing a needing one as of yet. Who knows, we can always wait until next year, right? I would suggest nabbing a couple of mixers, one specifically to blend the wave shapes for the complex oscillator, and of course mixing the final output to the spring reverb. Part 7, considerations. Between the Buchla and Eurorack, we are going to see a lot of differences, specifically banana jacks versus 3.5mm jacks. You will want to adapt to the difference in a workflow. Voltage standards are different too. Control voltage and audio are patched completely different in Buchla modules than in Eurorack, where it is all treated the same. The workflow of the Buchla Easel has a very specific style centered around sliders, limited by powerful patching, including programming cards. Replicating this exact experience as well in Eurorack is challenging because users are left to the designers of the modules. However, you can create a system with a similar focus on experimentation with unique modulation possibilities, while the modules spoken before can lead you to the sonic territory of a Buchla. Eurorack module equivalents will have their own sonic flavors as well. The specific components and internal circuitry of an easel contributes to this specific, unique experience and sound. Part 8, in summary. To create a Eurorack system inspired by the Buchla 208C easel, you will need to select modules covering the following functions. 1. A complex oscillator with wave folding. Modulation oscillators. Dual low-pass gates. Looping envelopes or function generators. 5-step sequencer. Random voltage source. LFO for clock, specifically. A couple of mixers and utility modules. And of course, your spring reverb. Choosing specific modules will depend on, again, your budget, desired sonic characteristics, and finally, workflow preferences. Exploring suggested Eurorack module types will help you make an informed decision as well. And there we go. End of the 3rd annual report of my Eurorack system, the modules I have chosen to achieve a Buchla easel-like sound. Thanks for watching. Be sure to do all the things to help this VOD out. If you have any questions, I would love to answer them. Maybe a VOD purely on answering questions on Eurorack thus far would be cool just as well. Till then, don't pollute. See you next time.